Hi everyone, this is Debbie Miller, Social Media Manager for Search Engine Journal, and I'm here with Kelsey Jones, our Executive Editor, and we're going to be recapping the social media news from March 2015. So every month we do a recap post highlighting the latest news in social media, and so we thought it'd be fun for Kelsey and I to kind of go through everything, talk about it a little bit more, and what it means for you guys as social media marketers. So starting with Facebook, there were kind of two updates for Facebook that kind of seem to go hand in hand. One is that they're turning its messenger service into a platform kind of similar to Snapchat in the sense that it's going to be used as a messaging service that third parties can use to deliver content and communicate directly with their audience. And then also, they also announced an announcement that they're going to allow friends to easily send money back and forth. And so these two seem to kind of overlap in the sense that if third-party e-commerce businesses, for example, are able to deliver content through Messenger, that's a way that people can exchange money with them as well if they want to make a purchase. So, Kelsey, is that something that you think that you would use, or do you think that's beneficial?
Well, I just have questions. So you say it's kind of like Snapchat. Does that mean that the messages get erased after they're sent? Because that's what I think of whenever somebody mentions
Right.
Snapchat.
Yeah. It doesn't look like it. It just says it's similar in the sense that it's going to be a messaging service in which people can deliver content and communicate more directly with their audience. So they're not trying to mimic Snapchat, they're just trying to be a way kind of similar to Snapchat's Discover platform, I
Oh,
guess,
okay.
where there's an
Okay.
ability for brands to deliver various forms of content directly to users on the messaging service.
I mean, it could work. There's always a chance that users are already sick of seeing brands on
Mm-hmm.
Facebook, especially if they didn't, like them or connect with them in some way. So it'll just be interesting to see how it, rolls out. Now, I do think that the money thing is kind of cool. I think
Yeah.
it'll take a long time for people to start using it regularly. But I know I have a lot of friends who don't have PayPal or they don't know what it is just because they don't really need to use it. And so it's kind of frustrating having to walk them through PayPal. So if this Facebook money service is easier to set up and easier to use, then I think that could definitely catch on. Do you think that's something you would use?
Yeah, I was trying to decide because I think I usually sometimes I'll discover a brand through Facebook and then I'll go to their website to go shopping. So I think it kind of eliminates that third kind of click over. But at the same time,
Yeah.
I think I feel more comfortable like paying through the actual website and the e-commerce platform on the website versus Facebook because it seems more secure at the moment. Maybe until more people start using the Facebook messaging service and we know that it's secure and safe and that it's just as secure as buying something on the website, then probably I would use it more.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's another thing that's just kind of time will tell whether
Yeah,
or not people actually use it.
yeah. So, kind of on a similar note to that as well, Facebook also acquired shopping search engine The Find in an effort to improve their advertising efforts. And it looks like they joined forces once before in 2012, but now they're going to work together to operate under the same roof. Um, so I'm trying to see how it looks like members of the Find team will be working with Facebook to integrate their technology to the ads that are on Facebook. So it sounds like they're trying to optimize their ads, and this seems to tie into the previous updates as well. That they're trying to make it Facebook kind of the one-stop shop for shopping and interacting with brands and all that, and trying to eliminate people having to leave Facebook to go do those things.
Hmm. I mean, yeah, it'd be crazy to think that eventually there'd be a shopping cart on Facebook and
Yeah.
you could shop through your newsfeed. I could see, Debbie Miller added this shirt and I'm like, oh, that's an awesome shirt. I could just add it from my feed and it could go to a shopping cart. And then the credit card that I have on file with them to send money
Mm-hmm.
to friends could also be used to buy direct, as a buy from third party retailers directly on Facebook. I don't know if that's the route they should go, but I wouldn't be
Mm-hmm.
surprised if they tried it.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. So, kind of shifting more to general Facebook functionality, a couple of things there as well. So, at the beginning of March, many Facebook page owners saw a drop in likes because Facebook deactivated old accounts or memorialized accounts. And I know we actually saw this on Search Engine Journal. I checked, we had a drop of about 1,700 fans. So, this happened to
Wow.
us. And I know Matt as well. did a post on some of the brands that were hit the hardest. I think it was some of the big brands like Coca-Cola and the like that saw a huge drop in their likes as a result of Facebook deactivating the old accounts. But I think it's a good thing. It makes the numbers more accurate. There's no reason to have, inflated numbers. Do you think it was a good idea? Even though some page
Yeah,
owners
I
would.
mean, so if it's 1700 for SEJ, I mean that's less than 1%. So
Mm-hmm.
that wasn't a huge shock for us. I think this is just another reason why you shouldn't buy Facebook
Mm-hmm.
likes or Facebook followers because you never know, or Twitter as well. You never know when they'll start deactivating spam accounts and you'll lose a big drop in your likes and followers. So I'm sure it probably made a lot of some page owners mad. But if you are building your audience organically, then
Mm-hmm.
usually it's not that big of a difference, right? I mean, that's
Right,
what I've
right. And
seen.
if you want qualified followers anyway, it's only beneficial to have qualified people liking your page. Plus, it seems like it could be beneficial in terms of engagement percentages. So, for example, if you had a small percentage of people liking, your posts, but now you realize that so many of your fans were not active or deactivated pages, it can now hopefully help boost up the engagement percentage as well, having a more qualified audience that is actually active Facebook accounts liking your page.
Yeah, definitely. I read an article, I think it was last week, about a social media strategist was recommending that it's almost better to have just 100 likes that are people that are hardcore customers of Facebook and Twitter closing down pages or sorry profiles will put more of the emphasis on quality instead of quantity.
Mm-hmm. Definitely, definitely. Kind of similar to that line as well, Facebook is now giving page owners access to topic data, which shows marketers what audiences are saying on Facebook about events, brands, subjects, and activities. So this is kind of great. It now eliminates the need for a third-party platform to go look for that kind of data. You can now see it right in your Facebook analytics. So it's really interesting. You can see what people are talking about on Facebook and strategize how to more effectively tap into those topics when posting on your own account. So they'll also be able to gauge whether sentiment is good or bad. So if people are talking about your brand on Facebook, brands will now be able to directly see what people are saying and how they're talking about the brand and things like that. So there's now more information available directly on Facebook. So that seems like a good
Yeah.
update. Not
And
as
is
exciting as the others,
that
but
are those is that
sorry.
type of data something that can be used in targeting campaigns and advertising on Facebook?
That's a great question. It doesn't look like that has been addressed yet.
Okay.
It just says the data had been previously available through third-party tools, but they claim the sample sizes were often too small to be significant. So now the data is more readily available. It's a larger sample size, and there's more that you can do with the data now, having it directly on Facebook. So that seems like the natural progression, that it would be available next for advertising, and that'll be a great benefit to marketers when it's available for advertising.
Yeah, definitely. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. So moving on to Twitter, one thing that was the big news on Twitter, and I think Facebook actually just recently announced this as well, is that you can now embed videos. There's a new embed video widget, which makes it wherever you put a video on
Oh,
Facebook or Twitter, you can now embed the video on your site. So it looks like they're trying to tap into YouTube's, you know, victory of video in the video space
yeah.
and encourage people to upload videos on Twitter. And then Facebook is doing the same and then offer it for you to be able to upload those videos to your website so you don't have to rely on YouTube as the video embed platform. So it seems like obviously very beneficial for Twitter and Facebook directly. It'll be interesting to see if marketers jump on board with that, if they're used to YouTube and if they're interested in kind of putting the video everywhere to see how it does in the different channels. And then from there, if they do need to embed it on their site, how do they choose which one to embed? Do they choose the
Mm-hmm.
Facebook one or the YouTube one? Or it'll be interesting to see what people do with that.
Yeah, I mean, it probably depends on where their audience is. If they
Mm-hmm.
have a lot of subscribers on YouTube, or if they're trying to grow their YouTube presence, it might be better to host it on YouTube. And then, vice versa for Twitter or Facebook. It probably just depends. And I've noticed that on the Facebook mobile app, the embeddable video is harder to view. And I don't know if that's just my phone or my internet or whatever, But that'll be interesting to see how they continue to improve video streaming on mobile because mobile is such a huge thing right now.
Yeah,
So,
definitely, definitely. So another topic that's a little bit risque, but so Twitter updated its rules with new language that explicitly prohibits users from posting explicit photos without the subject's consent. So this is kind of in response to the celebrity nude photo link situation. People have to consent to any photos being posted about themselves. And previously, Twitter's rules only prohibited users posting personal information, such as their address or credit card numbers. But now people aren't going to be able to post basically porn or anything similar to that without the user's consent, without the subject's consent. So that's obviously a very useful, should have been in place before
yeah,
update.
definitely. I think it was last week, this guy, I think he was called the King of Revenge Porn or something. He got convicted, and I think he's going to spend like 35 years in jail. It's something crazy. I can't remember the exact numbers, but what he was doing is he would blackmail people and put their photos online and then make them pay to have them
Wow.
taken down.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think it's really good cracking down on that to show that even though you're online and you're active, that doesn't mean that, and just because you take photos, it doesn't mean that, anyone has the right to post them. I mean, you have a right to use your device how you want, and if that's taking photos, then that's your choice. And so I
Right.
definitely think it's good that Twitter and the law is cracking down on people from using other people's data and photo without their consent. Consent.
Agreed, agreed. Yeah, I think they're obviously emphasizing that everyone has a right to privacy, and if just because you
Mm-hmm.
have those videos on your phone or photos doesn't mean that you want them shared.
Exactly.
All right, so moving on to Instagram. This I think is going to be a really big deal for brands. So Instagram's going to start showing clickable links. So
Yes.
before, yeah, you only had the link in your bio, and then you could update that link in your bio. So you could do a comment or something on one of your photos and say, this campaign we're doing. Click on the link in the bio, but you couldn't actually put links on on photo comments. So this will be a really big deal for brands. And now it looks like it's only rolled out to a few brands so far, a few big brands. So brands are going to be able to create a multi-photo carousel that's kind of like an ad that they can put branded images in a sequence and then have the link that people can click on directly through the photo. So I think this will be a great tool for brands to be able to utilize Instagram in a new way. We couldn't really formerly use it in this way. So I think that'll be really useful, especially for e-commerce brands that, for fashion, for example, that's always posting their new styles on their Instagram accounts. They'll be able to allow people to directly click through. That's really good.
Yeah, definitely. And hopefully that'll roll out to individual profiles too, because I'm just thinking as a blogger, it'd be really cool to
Absolutely.
have to share an image whenever I have a new blog post and then say, hey, new blog post, and then, maybe a quote or a key takeaway as the Instagram photo, and then to be able to link to that in the caption would be really cool. So I could see another way marketers could use it. If they're using Meerkat or Periscope, you could say you could take a photo of the event you're at and say, "Hey, I'm live streaming now on Periscope or Meerkat," and do the link. That'd be another cool way to use Instagram links. So hopefully, eventually, everyone will get to use that.
Yeah, definitely. It's also great for nonprofits or people with Kickstarter campaigns that are trying to raise money because now they can have even like a donate button and have people be able to talk about their cause or post videos about their cause and then have people click directly to donate if they want to donate. So yeah, definitely very multi-layered benefits for that one. The other thing that Instagram unveiled was it's called Layout, a new standalone app that lets you create photo collages. And I know I've been using an app called Diptyque for a while that does the same thing that allows you to create different little collages, but Instagram has their own app now, so it seems like this will be probably something that people will use if they haven't had a good free app to use before to create different layouts. And
Yeah, I usually use Pixit. Yeah. But it surprises me. I wish that they would put it inside the Instagram app.
I
I mean,
agree, yeah, because it
I
seems
wonder what the reasonings are for making it a standalone app.
yeah. I think it's kind of similar with Hyperlapse when they debuted Hyperlapse. Their like accelerated video app. It seems like when Hyperlapse first came out, it was really popular. A lot of people were posting, and now not as many I don't see as many hyperlapses on Facebook or on Instagram as when it first debuted. So it'll be curious to see if why people choose this app over the other one, or yeah, why they didn't just build it right into Instagram. That would have made it obviously a no-brainer for people to use it. They could have gotten more market share that way.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be interesting.
Yeah, and if you're if so, I already like PicStitch. I don't really have a reason to download a second
Mm-hmm.
app just because it's from Instagram. So, it'd be cool to have like unique features that no one else had that would give me a reason to download it over something else.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. So far, they look pretty similar in theory to what the other apps already offer. It's just basically like you can pick your layout and then plug in photos however you want to. It doesn't have too many differentiators. It looks like they do have a tab that can pull images from your camera roll that include people's faces. So if you wanted to specifically share certain photos of people, you could do that a little easier, it looks like. But aside from that, it seems pretty similar to the other ones. So I'm not sure what the big differentiator is, but I'm sure it'll continue to evolve and get better. So it'll be cool to see what Instagram does with that too.
Yeah, definitely.
Cool. Well, I think that was all of the updates for March that we had. So thank you, Kelsey, for taking the time to chat social media, and we will see you all next month. Thanks.
Thank you. Bye, guys.
Bye.